Hello, and a very big welcome to all you beautiful people and poetry lovers to Poet, brought to you by Different Truths. I'm Urna Bose, and today I will be reading an absolutely iconic poet, someone who all of us admire, look up to, and love endlessly. But before that, a very big thank you to Arindam Roy sir for giving me this absolute honor. Now, the more I say about this poet, it will only be less. Because today I will be reading the one and only Jayanta Mahapatra, and I can't even begin to tell you all what this means for me. Jayanta Mahapatra was the first Indian English poet to get the Sahitya Academy Award in 1981 and then the first Indian English poet to be made a Fellow of the Academy in 2019. Not to forget the Padma Shri in 2009. Jayanta Mahapatra has read and published his poetry throughout the world, from Adelaide to Dublin and from London to New York. So without further ado, the first poem, which is called Over the Wall. Over the Wall by Jayanta Mahapatra. It is difficult to defend yourself against darkness when it comes at you. Perhaps it's always there, lingering at the door, listening to voices arguing about their experience, a look of exhausted triumph on its face. Perhaps it wants to see those things you think you shouldn't have done, things you've kept wrapped in silver paper through the years. It's not the darkness a child is usually afraid of. This darkness is in the mirror you don't look at when nothing else can be seen but the god or hero you weren't able to banish from yourself, neither time nor space nor the intelligent expression that redeemed your existence. Something has cut the world down to your size, something like the freedom showing itself over the wall, and you hold this in your arms as though it were a child, singing to it, talking to it of your dreams, belied by the fear and loneliness that had settled about it. But what can you do, expected as you are, to perform with the spotlights of the circus playing over you when you've forgotten your act? The echoes of light keep distorting the shapes of things, and darkness is a long lost birthday that surprises you with all your presence, laughing silently on the bedroom floor. I'll read the last few lines out for you guys once again. But what can you do, expected as you are, to perform with the spotlights of the circus playing over you when you've forgotten your act? The echoes of light keep distorting the shapes of things, and darkness is a long lost birthday that surprises you with all your presence, laughing silently on the bedroom floor. Breathtakingly beautiful, isn't it? Well, now the second poem, this poem has a haunting quality about it. And I remember crying the very first time I had read this poem. It's called Hunger. Hunger by Jayanta Mahapatra. It was hard to believe the flesh was heavy on my back. The fisherman said, "Will you have her?" carelessly, trailing his nets and his nerves as though his words sanctified the purpose with which he faced himself. I saw his white bone thrash his eyes. I followed him across the sprawling sands, my mind thumping in the flesh's sling. Hope lay perhaps in burning the house I lived in. Silence gripped my sleeves, his body clawed at the froth his old nets had dragged up from the seas. In the flickering dark, his shack opened like a wound. The wind was I, and the days and nights before. Palm fronds scratched my skin. Inside the shack, an oil lamp Splayed the hours bunched to those walls. Over and over, the sticky suit crossed the space of my mind. I heard him say, "My daughter, she's just turned 15. Feel her, I'll be back soon. Your bus leaves at 9." The sky fell on me and her father's exhausted while. Long and lean, her ears were cold as rubber. She opened her wormy legs wide. I felt the hunger there, the other one, the fish, slithering, turning inside. I'll read the last few lines out for you guys once again. I heard him say, "My daughter, she's just turned 15. Feel her. I'll be back soon. Your bus leaves at 9." The sky fell on me and the father's exhausted while. Long and lean, her ears were cold as rubber. She opened her wormy legs wide. I felt the hunger there, the other one, the fish slithering, turning inside. You know, a poem is truly powerful when you're left with no words but just a huge big lump in your throat. Thank you, Jayanta. I wish 1,000 thank yous can be packed in this one thank you, because the world needs your poetry, India needs your poetry, and each and every one of us need your poetry. Also, a big thank you to each and every one of you for being with us here today. Take good care of yourself, and bye bye.